Hello and good morning, gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful souls of the planet Earth. Trace here for today's daily spell. Hope you're having a lovely morning. Now, this week we have been inspired by the Divine Feminine Oracle. Artwork on these are beautiful, and her book is just magnificent. So I hope you're having a wonderful morning. The card that is being the inspiration for our spell today is all about mercy. What is mercy? To be merciful is to be in a position of power over another or over something and show compassion. So that position of power where you could inflict pain, that position of power where you could hold someone tight using, financial bullying or whatever that is. But instead, because your soul is enlightened so much, you've recognized that it's more beautiful to be merciful. Good morning, Nina. How are you this morning? Hey, Jenny. Hey, Lara. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Esmeralda. How are you? Lara says, love your pendant. I know, right? These two incredible humans bought this for my birthday. So mercy, it's really quite an interesting concept, and one I don't know that's really sort of spoken about, it's not really in language these days. So I think we've also been taught that the rules are the rules and you get what you get. So mercy isn't something that's been entertained so much. And again, mercy is when you are in a position of power over another person or a thing and you decide, nope, these are the rules. That whole adage, you've made your bed, now you can lie in it. Well, to show mercy, in my humble opinion, if you're in that position of power, is more about you showing soul's growth. When we have compassion, again, we're working within the Codex of Royalty this week, and to be in that space of compassion for another person's plight without demanding a toll or a fee or, compensation. It's huge, because we do live in a society where we do want compensation or pay that toll, or because we've been raised that that's what you do. Whereas mercy, it's not something I ever hear of being spoken of at all. Good morning, Flurry. Hey there, Justine. It's not something I hear of being spoken to at all. And it's, I suppose, a virtue, if you like, to be merciful. Now, that's not to say that we don't call out bad behavior and call it compassion. That's not what I'm talking about. And it's not to say that we spiritually bypass, because we know I don't like that, where people just say, I only look at the light, instead of dancing in the shadows. We're not talking about that either. We're talking about you as a person, as a human, being merciful in a situation where you could just flex and show power. Whereas what I see in current society a lot is that freaking flex. I've got the power to blah, blah, blah. Now, you see it in the business world, where, especially in our government, where, let's say, company tax, where a company is doing really well and, all of a sudden they have to pay a tax to the government because they're doing really well. That's just a bloody flex. But the government could say, hey, let's reinvest this and let's look after you, but it's not. There's no mercy in that field, in that part of the system. And particularly financial flex is where most people feel it. Most people are feeling it now. Everything is so expensive. There's that flex. That's what I'm talking about. So mercy would be the enlightened person's response to that flex and going, oh, let's do something. That's what I'm kind of getting into. Good morning, baby. Hey, Ange. Let's get into today's spell. Mercy is the capacity to show compassion rather than inflict pain, to walk the pathway of the enlightened, not seeking power or gain, to be able to express forgiveness without any payment or toll, to acknowledge the human in the sinner and offer solace, not control. The regal part of oneself is oft a trait less expressed. So now acknowledge this power and to thyself be blessed. When mercy is at play, there is a leveling up of soul. You have transcended petty condemnation and learned the inner power to let go. Wow. Does that not blow your mind? The capacity that mercy has. It's that embracing that inner power to let go, to be merciful, to not flex or exert control or to do those things. And I really want to invite mercy into the conversation because, like I said, it's not something I hear people talk about. It's not something I hear, out in the field. We just, like I said, have that concept of I've made my bed, I'm going to lie in it. Hey, Amanda. So that's what we're going to do, as opposed to, leveling up the soul. But I really think it's got, it is potent, Sky. You're seeing it unravel in me right here, right now, because it is unraveling in me. I said to Riss this morning, she stayed here last night. It's like, oh, this is a big one, as I was writing it, because it just, it is really potent. Let's tease it out, because it's been normalized that you have power exerted over the top of you. It's been normalized. Hey, Wendy. It's been normalized that we accept those power over tactics, especially when it has to do with finances or the rules. Mercy is not shown. You go into any government department and you say, I've got, these reasons why I can't do this thing. You get no mercy at all. If anything, they say, if you don't pay, we're going to chuck some interest on there. That's generally what I see happening. So it's really something to be teased out, to be considered, especially as it has to do with that financial power over, because the regal part of your own soul has the capacity for that mercy. Let's start doing that. Let's start showing each other those compassions and, start to set the tone. But as a collective, we need to start saying no to some of these structures that, will take you to your knees for your last 5 cents, even though you've got 3 kids that need, immigration in Australia is causing, the pushing up of rents and house prices, but the greed of the machine won't allow it to stop. I could go on and on. But again, never trust a word I say. Trust the feeling and vibration these words say in your body. And, it'll always steer you right. Have a most wonderful, delicious day, beautiful souls. And I will catch you back on Monday morning at 7:15 for the Daily Spell. Yes, Nina, the world needs more mercy. Sylvie says, potency at a potent time. Honey, we are in the portal, Lionsgate. All the good stuff. We're in it. We're doing it right now. So let's talk about all the good stuff. Have a great weekend, everyone. Catch you back Monday. Bye-bye.